अस्सलाम वालेकुम व्यूअर्स, नया दौर के प्रोग्राम दी हैट्रिक शो में मैं हूं आपके साथ सरदार खान। और जैसा कि आप जानते हैं, दी हैट्रिक शो विद जलाल उद्दीन आप हर हफ्ते देखते हैं। आज हम डिस्कस करेंगे PSL 6, इसके साथ साथ वर्ल्ड टेस्ट चैंपियनशिप इंडिया वर्सेस न्यूजीलैंड, इसके साथ साथ इंग्लैंड वर्सेस इंडियन वुमेन्स क्रिकेट टीम का जो टेस्ट मैच जारी है उस पर हम बात करेंगे। और आज हमारे साथ गुफ्तगू के लिए इस प्रोग्राम में जहां जलालुद्दीन अमेरिका से हैं, वहीं पर हमारे साथ मौजूद होंगे डिजिटल स्पोर्ट्स एंकर, पॉडकास्टर और ब्रॉडकास्टर कौशिक लक्ष्मण इंडिया से हमारे साथ हैं। तो आइए हम गुफ्तगू का आगाज करते हैं। PSL 6 है जी जलालुद्दीन साहब। कंट्रोवर्सी मीडिया के लिए बड़ी मरगूब ग़िज़ा होती है। तो शाहीन शाह और सरफराज अहमद के दरमियान जो अल्टरकेशन हुआ था एक बाउंसर कराने पर, उसको कैसा देखते हैं और ओवरऑल PSL के बारे में क्या कहें?
देखिए, पहले तो शुक्रिया सबका। और PSL 6 का शुरू होना ही एक इम्पॉर्टेंट था पाकिस्तान क्रिकेट बोर्ड के लिए, क्योंकि उसमें क्या हो रहा है वो अब इतनी इम्पोर्टेंस नहीं है, क्योंकि जिस तरह की चीज़ें हुई हैं और जिस तरह का मोमेंटम बना है मैचेस का, तो उससे तो ऐसा कोई इम्प्रेशन नहीं आया। जिस तरह जहाँ छोड़ा था कराची में, बड़े क्लोज मैचेस हुए थे, बड़े अच्छे मैचेस हुए थे और बड़ा स्मूथली मूव करा था। मगर जिस तरह की प्रॉब्लम जब दुबई में आई, उसी तरह का टूर्नामेंट भी हो रहा है, जिसमें आपने अभी देखा कि शाहीन शाह अफरीदी और सरफराज का भी इसमें डिस्प्यूट हुआ एक खेलते हुए एक बाउंसर के सिलसिले में। तो इस तरह की चीज़ें, बीइंग ए सीनियर प्लेयर, थोड़ा रिस्पेक्ट जूनियर करते हैं, मगर जब गेम में आप खेल रहे होते हैं तो कहीं ना कहीं हीट ऑफ मोमेंट में कुछ चीज़ें हो जाती हैं जिससे इग्नोर भी करना चाहिए। तो दोनों तरफ से कुछ ना कुछ फ्लैक्सिबिलिटी होनी चाहिए व्हेन वी आर प्लेइंग सीरियस क्रिकेट। तो मैं समझता हूँ कि अल्टीमेटली खैर शाहीन शाह अफरीदी ने तो कहना, उसने माफ़ी भी मांग ली है, चलो एक अच्छा जेस्चर शो किया है। मगर ये चीज़ें होती हैं और चाहे इसको आप रोकना भी चाहें तो नहीं हो सकती। और जहाँ तक क्रिकेट मैचेस हो रहा है, उसमें अभी तक कंसिस्टेंसी नहीं आई है। कोई टीम एकदम बहुत अच्छा जीतती है और एकदम से दूसरा मैच, हमने देखा लाहौर कलंदर ने हारे मैचेस, जो कि स्टार्ट ऑफ द टेबल जब सीजन शुरू हुआ तो बहुत अच्छी पोजीशन में थे और वो समझते थे कि हम वहाँ जाके भी इसी तरह परफॉर्म करेंगे, कि स्पिनर्स रोल प्ले करेंगे ये वो। मगर हमने देखा फिर सारे मैचेस कहीं बहुत डिफरेंस से हारे टीमें, जो कि किसी भी टूर्नामेंट के लिए अच्छा नहीं होता। तो अब यह है, इस वक्त जो PSL की पोजीशन है वो यही है कि किसी तरह ये टूर्नामेंट कंप्लीट हो जाए, ताकि जो इसके फाइनेंशियल बर्डन है वो मिनिमाइज हो जाए।
So we now move to Kaushik Lakshman from India. Thank you very much, Kaushik, for being with us today. We appreciate your time and your effort.
Thank you so much for inviting me.
And so, Kaushik, being in India and having seen IPL being postponed as well as PSL was also forced to be postponed and then again reorganized in UAE. So, how do you see these situations?
I think it's very. I'm seeing the PSL with a lot of interest. Firstly, because like you rightly pointed out, the IPL got postponed, and they're saying that the IPL and even the World T20 going forward might happen in the UAE. So just to see how the conditions and how the bio bubble is working over there, it is so close to the upcoming tournament. So that is with one interest. I'm watching the PSL. As far as I can see the quality, I must say definitely from an Indian perspective, I think the IPL is of far higher quality. Probably also because the number of teams is much more in the IPL, and also probably because it's been a much longer tournament compared to the PSL. So I think those factors are definitely when it comes to interest level, I would say I find the IPL more interesting. But from a PSL point of view, I was very interested to see certain players perform, such as Babar Azam, and I was who's one of the best players in the world, and a huge fan as well. But when I saw him play in that one match between Karachi and I think it was against Multan, and the kind of innings that he played, where they were chasing 181 and he was 50 or 45 balls, and that is where I feel that maybe he needs to really up his game. And it also shows, and there's a reason. I was a bit surprised when I saw that they were the defending champions who were in fifth place, but probably Babar Azam's that particular inning sort of summed up the troubles that Karachi Kings are.
So, is it fair to be judgmental on Babar Azam on the basis of one match performance?
I would say no, but that's how highly I regard him as a player. He is compared with Steven Smith, Joe Root, and Virat Kohli and Kane Williamson. So that is why. So I expect him that when he is there and he has faced 45 balls, to at least score 70 or 80, probably in every match.
ओके अच्छा जलाल शाहनवाज धानी की परफॉर्मेंस काफी रिमार्केबल रही है इस टूर्नामेंट में और कमिंग फ्रॉम द बैकग्राउंड ऑफ लाड़काना वेयर आई मीन जाहिर है कि बहुत पुअर बैकग्राउंड है उनका लेकिन इतनी जबरदस्त परफॉर्मेंस वो दे रहे हैं और सरप्राइजिंगली ही इज नॉट बीन सेलेक्टेड फॉर पाकिस्तान की लिमिटेड ओवर क्रिकेट तो टेस्ट क्रिकेट में तो उनको टीम में शामिल किया गया है हाउ फेयर इज इट
या जैसे आपने खुद ही कहा कि सरप्राइजिंग तो ये तो सरप्राइजिंग है एक प्लेयर जब उन्हें सिलेक्ट किया गया उस वक्त भी वो T20 के ही परफॉर्मेंस पे उन्हें रखा गया था मगर टेस्ट मैच में रखा गया जो कि एक कॉमन सेंस प्रिवेल नहीं करता उसमें और क्योंकि मैंने पहले भी कहा है कि हमारी सिलेक्शन कमेटी जो है वो अकोमोडेट करती है प्लेयरों को सबको जो भी एक 20-25 का पूल है उनको कहीं ना कहीं फिक्स करके अपने पास से प्रेशर हटाती है मगर जो जहाँ पे डिजर्व करता है उस तरह हमने देखा कि जाहिद महमूद को भी उन्होंने टेस्ट मैच में रखा हुआ है जबकि वो भी इंटरनेशनल लेवल पे भी वनडे T20 में परफॉर्म कर सकें तो ये जो सिलेक्शन पॉलिसी है वो तो बिल्कुल उसको आप कह सकते हैं कि जी वो बिल्कुल एज पर रिक्वायरमेंट नहीं सिलेक्ट कर रही प्लेयर को जहाँ तक शाहनवाज धानी है वो उनका कॉन्फिडेंस जो है वो इतना हाई था जब हमने देखा उन्हें शुरू में भी पहले वाले फेज में और अब तो वो अपनी उस फॉर्म को बरकरार रखते हुए उससे ज़्यादा अच्छा परफॉर्म कर रहा है तो किसी भी प्लेयर के लिए बड़ी अच्छी चीज़ है और वो इतना आजकल मकबूल हो गया है पूरे इस PSL के उस वक्त टॉप प्लेयर में से जो जिनको पसंद किया जा रहा है और जो उनका जेस्चर वो शो करते हैं दैट इज़ रिमार्केबल इवन दो कि वो बहुत ही एक ऐसे बैकग्राउंड से आए जिसमें आके यहाँ पे प्लेयर अमूमन प्रेशराइज हो जाते हैं और बहुत ही क्योंकि वो डिप्रेस तो नहीं कहूँगा वो प्रेशराइज हो जाते हैं और क्योंकि वो इतना एक्सपोजर उन्हें मिला नहीं होता तो वो मगर ये एक अच्छी चीज़ जो है धानी की कि वो जब भी आए जिस पर इंटरनेशनल क्रिकेट या PSL में आए तो उन्होंने अपना कॉन्फिडेंस शो किया ये एक बड़ी बात होती है किसी भी प्लेयर में अगर वो आउट कर रहे हैं तो वो एंजॉय भी कर रहे हैं और प्लेयरों के साथ भी मिक्स हुए में तो दैट इज डिफरेंट एक ये स्पेशलाइज उनकी अपनी बिल्ड इन है उनके अंदर ये चीज़ बिल्ड इन है और मैं समझता हूँ ये उनको आगे तक ले जाएगी और जहाँ तक रहा इनको टेस्ट मैच में डाला है तो मैं समझता हूँ मेरी पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से ये सिलेक्शन इस लिहाज से अच्छा नहीं है कि वो परफॉर्म T20 में कर रहे हैं और वहीं उनको कॉन्फिडेंस आया हुआ है तो इनको एटलीस्ट वहां जरूर चांस देते हो चाहे फिर बाद में टेस्ट मैच में भी अगर समझते हैं कि वो जाया जा सकता था तो उसको ले जाते ओवरऑल धानी की परफॉर्मेंस इज ग्रेट और उन्होंने मेंटेन रखा और साथ साथ जो सिलेक्शन कमेटी है उनके डिसीजन अभी तक हमें समझ में नहीं आए
So viewers, we now move to the World Test Championship and Kaushik, I will come to you. It's being played between New Zealand and India. So what do you see? How do you see the criteria for this World Test Championship qualification and other areas?
I think since it is just the first time it's happening, I'm sure there will be many flaws in the tournament itself, and hopefully going forward they'll rectify it. Coming back to this tournament, yes, the qualification criteria has far from being. It has not been fair to many teams, I must say. Like India and England have played probably the most number of Test matches, and they have also had to. The criteria such that you need to get 70% of you need to get more than 70% of points to be in the final. Now and each number of test matches also not the same number of points. So for example, if you have a 4 test match series, all the test series is 120 points. So if you have a 4 test match series, each test match is worth only 30 points. Whereas if you have a 2 test series, which New Zealand played a lot of, each test match is 60 points. So you don't have the same number of points for each win. You don't have the same number of points for a draw, and you don't. And the best part is, not every team is playing each other, and not everyone has played the same number of test matches. Not everyone has played the same number of series. I have no clue how, on the basis of that, can 2 teams qualify to the final and then compete for the tag of World Test Championship.
So there is no level playing field at all to justify with the criteria.
Absolutely. There is no there's absolutely no level playing field, especially if you see that I was just seeing a stat where it said that New Zealand just played 12 test matches to come to the final, whereas India had to play almost 17 and England had to play 21 test matches and still didn't go through. despite winning more than New Zealand. So
Very
there is
interesting,
some
Jalal
knowledge there.
Uddin. Yes,
Yeah,
you would like Jalal Uddin's information.
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल जो पॉइंट सिस्टम है वो बड़ा कंफ्यूजिंग भी है और उसको भी इन बिटवीन भी कहीं इन्होंने एड्रेस किया है और इसमें अभी बहुत इम्प्रूवमेंट की ज़रूरत है इसको मैनेज करने के लिए क्योंकि थ्रू आउट 2 इयर्स मैचेस खेले जाते हैं बायलैटरल बेसिस पे। तो मगर एक अच्छी चीज़ इसको पॉजिटिव भी ले लें कि एटलीस्ट इसको एक नाम दे दिया गया टेस्ट चैंपियनशिप का। और इससे होता क्या है कि टेस्ट क्रिकेट में थोड़ा सा जो हम कहते हैं कि जी वो उसकी जो वैल्यू है कम होती जा रही है, इससे मैं समझता हूँ कि इसकी वैल्यू इनहांस होगी। और अब ये फाइनल खेला जा रहा है तो डेट इज हमें क्वालिटी क्रिकेट नजर आएगी कि दोनों टीमें इस वक्त अदरवाइज भी टॉप टीमों में से आई हैं जो फाइनल में आई हैं, जिस बेसिस पे भी आई मगर है दोनों टॉप टीम इस वक्त, और उनकी क्रिकेट देख के मजा भी आएगा और उससे जो टेस्ट क्रिकेट है वो अलाइव रहेगी। तो मैं समझता हूँ ये होना जरूरी है और इसकी इम्प्रूवमेंट वहाँ पे क्रिकेट कमेटी बैठी होती है आईसीसी में, वो टाइम टू टाइम चीज़ों को रिव्यू करती रहती है। इसमें यही अच्छा होगा कि सब को इवन अपॉर्चुनिटी मिले और फिर जो भी टीम जीत के फाइनल स्टेज पे आती है तो वो एक रियल सेंस में चैंपियन कहलाएगी। मगर इसमें क्योंकि अभी हमने देखा कि बहुत सी चीज़ें होश पोश हैं मगर अल्टीमेटली फाइनल खेला जा रहा है और एक दिन उसका ज़ाया भी हो गया और अभी इंडिया ने स्टार्ट लिया हुआ है तो उनके आज के दिन तक मैं ख्याल है अभी 3 आउट हो गए और वो 100 से ज़्यादा रन बना गए। तो इस क्रिकेट जो टेस्ट क्रिकेट है उसको देखने का तो मजा आएगा अपनी जगह, वो एक पॉजिटिव थी है। बाकी इसमें इम्प्रूवमेंट मैं समझता हूँ होती रहनी चाहिए और होगी।
So Kaushik, what can be the workable solution for this? I mean, like as you mentioned that one team is playing more Test cricket than other. India is not even playing Pakistan. So
Yeah.
is there any solution to that?
Yeah, so I don't know, I don't know whether ICC will be able to implement it, but from a cricket viewing point of view, I would suggest that, I mean, for any tournament, if you have to have the equal number of matches, at least maybe they should make every test series a minimum of 3 test matches, minimum. And in case of the Ashes, where there's 5 test matches, or when India plays England, there's 5 test matches, maybe designate 3 test matches on that series to be part of the World Test Championship. So then what will happen? Every team will play equal number of matches. The same weightage will be given to everyone. And as for India playing Pakistan, the current position for India is that they play Pakistan only in the ICC tournament. This is an ICC tournament. Then they should play at a neutral venue and play a test series. And all 9 test teams, even 12 if you include Ireland, Zimbabwe and the others, then include all of them and play every maybe not have it every 2 years, maybe have it once in 4 years, but play everyone has to play everyone at least once. That is only fair.
I think Jalal raised a very valid point in this regard that at least a name has been given to this final, so that what is considered to be a Test cricket is considered to be a dying event. I mean, people and there are hundreds ball cricketers also in pipeline. So I think it's a good decision at least to carry on with it.
आई थिंक टेस्ट क्रिकेट तो हमेशा रहनी है, वो जाएगी तो नहीं, मगर उसको इंटरेस्टिंग बनाने के लिए जो भी आईसीसी उसके व्यूज लेती है या उस पर जो भी उसके रूल्स बनाती है जिससे कि उसमें अट्रैक्शन बाकी रहे, तो मैं समझता हूँ कि ये बहुत ज़रूरी है। T20 एंड टेस्ट तो हमेशा मैं समझता हूँ कि ये क्रिकेट पे से इसको T20 तो खैर अब जाहिर है कि एंटरटेनमेंट क्रिकेट भी बन गया, वो तो अब इसका एक बहुत ही जरूरी पार्ट है क्योंकि कमर्शियल पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से। मगर टेस्ट क्रिकेट क्योंकि रियल टेस्ट क्रिकेट है, उससे खाली ये नहीं कि T20 कमर्शियल है, उससे अपना ओवरऑल क्रिकेट को बड़ा फायदा होता है। उसमें जो लर्निंग होती है या उसकी जो परफॉर्मेंसेज हैं वो हर फॉर्मेट में अप्लाई हो सकती हैं। तो मैं समझ दोनों चीजें बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है और इसको बेहतर किया जा सकता है।
So Kaushik, what is your forecast about the result of the test match?
Yeah, I think the way it's going at the moment, let's hope that the rain does not play spoil sport and both teams end up being joint champions. We don't want that. I really hope that India wins, and at the moment they seem to be playing well because there were conditions for overcast today at Southampton. It was, and I actually when India was put into bat, I thought maybe the swing ball they would struggle, but it looks like they played so well. So I think if India score around 350, they have a good chance to win the test match.
I think it's now time for us to move to our next segment, and that is the women's cricket test match being played between India and England. And we are lucky to have with us today Miss Roopa Nagaraj from Dubai. She is representing United Arab Emirates cricket team, and she has played about for 12 to 13 years the Indian domestic cricket, first-class cricket at every age group. And she's also level 3 development coach with United Emirates Cricket Board. So Roopa Nagaraj, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much. It's a pleasure being here today.
You are more than welcome. And so I would like to briefly introduce yourself, at which level you represented, just briefly, please.
Sure. First of all, I'm from India, and I represented Karnataka for 13 years of my life. And I played for India A. And then after moving to Dubai, I've got an opportunity to play for the UAE national team. And I played across all age categories, and I've also got a chance to play with Mithali Raj, Julan, Nushin Al Khadir. So I'm really grateful to be a part of this wonderful game and played for so long.
And just to remind our viewers that Roopa Nagaraj will be continuously part of this sports show whenever we need her, and she'll be there to contribute her part. And so, Roopa, the test match between England and India is being played, and India has been they had to undergo follow-on. How important do you think the test cricket is for the women's cricket? Well, they mostly play the limited overs cricket team, one day and T20s.
To be frank with you, I love Test cricket, and I think I grew up seeing Sachin playing Test cricket, and then watching them, and I've sitting glued in front of the TV and watching literally for 3-4 days and 5 days continuously. I think Test cricket is really, really important from a player's point of view, and because the more time that we spend on the pitch is what that's going to help us to get stronger technically and builds a temperament. And at the end of the day, you will actually come to know who is the best player or which is the best team. The outcome can change any moment. So I think test cricket is really, really important. And though there were talks of cancelling the Test cricket, I think I was not in for it. I really love Test cricket, and I feel it's really important to play Test cricket for all cricketers across all age categories. In fact, I'll be really happy if we, from women's cricketing point of view, if we get more Test matches to play. I think that is the real platform to build a good cricketer. That's my opinion.
I entered the one question with the Roopa, because Test cricket is, as you said, is very important. But side by side, the standard of the game as compared to as compared to the Test matches, because Test matches you have to be bowled out other teams twice. That sort of a penetration in bowling, especially in India or those teams who are not playing regularly Test matches, I see that the lacking of that things. So if you need to make a Test cricket interesting, so you have to have bowled twice a team. So that, I think, the lacking the team, those are not playing regularly, not like England or Australia, but like India or another team, even the Pakistan team has not playing Test cricket. So that comparison is difficult to compare the Test cricket for the other teams like Australia and England, and the remaining teams are not ready for that. What do you think?
Definitely, yeah. If we look at it, apart from India, England, Australia, I don't think anybody prepares the way the actually test playing nations prepare. It has a lot to do with the association as well, and the vision that the country follow and what they want to set. So if you look at it, at the domestic level itself, we don't even have a 2-day game. And to expect a women cricketer or any cricketer for that matter to come and play a 4-day game is very, very challenging. So if we have to raise a bar and if we have to set new standards, it has to start at the domestic level, where the teams should get to play at least a 3-day or a 4-day game where we play 2 innings. Because if you look at it, if you take an example of Julan Goswami, who's actually Julan or Mithali Raj, for example, it's taken 20 years for them to play at least 7 or 8 test matches. And they had to wait 20 years. And it's not the same when it comes to men's cricket. I mean, I don't want to compare between men's cricket or women's cricket, but I think a lot of it has to do with the vision of the respective association to build and promote the game at the grassroots level. I think that is going to do the change that is required if we really have to see the plans of the ICC or the plans of women's cricket to take forward, to see through the plans.
So
at the domestic level.
there seems to be a great gross discrimination. It what appears to be with the women's test cricket team.
Yeah, I mean, if we take the test match that we are playing against England now, we are playing after 7 years. So how can we expect players to be at their best when they are giving an opportunity to play for any team for that matter? I'm not just talking about England or India, for any team. If you look at it, the World Test Championship that is happening in the men's cricket itself, we went through Kaushik went through the this what do you call it, discrimination of the number of matches that the each country or the each team has played. There itself is a vast difference where Bangladesh has played only 7 matches, England has played around 21 matches. So when there is a parity of so much, and there is a difference in so much with the number of matches played, and I think 7 years is a way too long time to play the test match. And keeping COVID in mind, I think we've lost the whole year, so it
So,
is
and
very
you played with most of these Indian cricket team players, most of them. So, what has been your experience when you were playing with the Indian A cricket team?
it's a completely different experience. The way the professionals prepare. In fact, I got an opportunity to be a part of the IPL that happened here, women's IPL. I'm talking about last year. I mean, the players are so professional now. Earlier, we didn't have a setup. We just going from one place to other and play the games and then see through. But I think it's gone to a next level where everything is organized. All the player has to focus is to perform and set standards what is required. And the most important thing that we are lacking here for the women's cricket is the exposure, the number of games. Even the IPL, I think we just play 4 games. So when compared to 60 games, the men's play 4 games. There are plans of the introducing the IPL games in the
For women.
domestic level. So it will be really nice if that comes forth through. We should be playing the number of teams that actually represent or participate should be increased at the domestic level, even the IPL.
So,
I think
before
that's
Jalal
one of the
asks,
things.
sorry, before Jalal asks his question, just one question. Now you are representing UAE cricket team, and you're also contributing as at developmental side as uh, level 3 cricket coach. How? What future do you see for the UAE cricket team? Women's cricket.
That
Rupa, your
one place
mic
on a
is.
Friday evening.
Yes, go ahead, please.
Yeah, Friday, one evening, once a week in the evening on a Friday to play. From there to at least 70 girls practicing now, I think it's a massive, massive effort that's been taken by Emirates Cricket Board. So this initiative was actually started by me 2 years back, where any girl in the UAE can come and play and participate for free. So, as being a girl, I know how challenging it is to go for practice in a new country and then to find a place to practice without any fear. So, I think Dubai has been the safest place for any girl to come and practice. In fact, in summers, we practice late till the evening. So, we have come a long way, and we'll be playing our World Cup qualifier end of this year. And we're looking forward to qualify. And let's see. It's been a great journey playing for the UAE national team.
So currently, Rupa, the India team are after following two for 7, and now they only have a lead of 57 or 58. Ninto is about to lose the match. Anyhow, they are playing, but how we can raise the standard of the game in women's cricket so attract more and more people or more fans that because the ICC is in a view that they want to take the women's cricket at the level of men's cricket. So I don't see anything like it can be compared with the men's cricket, but even within women's cricket, how we can raise the standard of the game to attract the fans.
So, if you ask me, I think probably instead of starting a 4-day game or a 5-day game, I think to stick to 3-day game and see how it goes. Play a 150 over game or something. I think that's one thing. Probably slight change in the format, I think, will go a long way. Also, the number of matches we play, sir. I mean, even if you want to create a world championship for women's, I'll be really happy, because wherein every country has to tour another country and play. I think probably that's one of the ways of improving the participation and increasing the number of opportunities for the girls cricket to come and women cricketer to come and participate. And just not that, I think, like I said, I will still go back to the respective associations itself, where they have to promote by give them more opportunity to play. It might not be at the ICC level, even if it's a bilateral series. If we play at least one or two countries in a year, I think it will go a long way. Say, for example, if we can tour South Africa in beginning of the year, and then Australia end of the year, or it's just not that, Bangladesh, neighboring countries, we can always start with the neighboring countries itself. I think that'll go a long way. The more number of matches we play, the more exposure we get, and that's how I think we can bring in the interest as well.
Sardar, one more question I'll ask Roopa
Please.
about Pakistan team, because I have been chief selector of the Pakistan team. The team is improving in Pakistan, but they don't play the test matches. So what do you suggest? Pakistan team, I think, is in between the table if you compare top 4 teams, and Pakistan team comes after, like England, Australia, New Zealand, India, and fifth. I just rate them on the 5th position. So what do you think? How they can be improve their game by playing this sort of 4-day game, or they just need a more? And what do you think about the Pakistan team at present status?
To be frank with you, sir, I'm very happy with the initiative that PCB has come up with, because I had an opportunity to meet Sana, the captain of the Pakistan team, last year. She was here at the academy, ICC Academy, and then it was a fantastic experience because when she shared her experience as a player and what it's taken in Pakistan, what it takes in Pakistan to play, and the amount of effort the girls putting. I think you have done a great job. I've heard a lot about your efforts in promoting the women's cricket as well. Again, any subcontinent, I think the most important thing is the number of matches that we provide to them is very, very important. And now they've come up with the contracts as well, which is brilliant. I think that's a great initiative from PCB. And a lot of associations need to actually see and work towards what best can be done to the respective associations. And probably 1 or 2 series, India versus Pakistan in UAE, will be fantastic.
Thank you very much, Roopa, for being with us today. Kaushik, Lakshman, thank you very much as well. And Jalal Uddin. And we remind our viewers that it was, again, an intercontinental sports talk show. And just to remind you of the Twitter handles, Jalaluddin's Twitter handle is @Jalaluddin Coach, or producer Shujauddin's Twitter handle is @Snarky Karachi. My Twitter handle is @Sardar Khan60, and Kaushik Lakshman's Twitter handle is @RK Lakshman, and Roopa's Twitter handle is @Roopa213. Thank you very much once again, and we say goodbye to you. Allah Hafiz.
Thank you so much.